And welcome back, everyone, to Lantern Corps. From One Night, we have the question of what is the Lantern Corps of Manny Riveria, aka El Tigre? I don't remember this show. This show was probably coming out around the time. Probably actually, the Adventures of El Tigre. Hold on, because I do remember seeing the show, like commercials for the show. But let me see when this. Okay, 2007. I would just be getting out of high school around there. I was a junior, sophomore, not senior, freshman. No, it's a freshman, sophomore, junior. I think I was a junior at that point. I was in my third year of high school. I had to remember. I haven't been in high school in a long time, so I had to remember. Wait, you go to that, right? No, I was so I was a junior in high school, so I wasn't really watching a lot of the Nickelodeon stuff, especially these things anymore. I was aware of it because I was still watching things like Avatar. I would still catch Danny Phantom now and then. But I do remember the show. And as a character, he's like looking up his personality. There's not a lot to go. He's your stereotypical positive kid. He's a hero. Maybe he messes up sometimes. So when we talk about Lantern Corps, it's kind of a boring answer Lantern Corps kind of question with a character like this. I mean, let's just get out of the way. He's not a Lantern of Sorrow. He's not a Lantern of Shame. Even though, yeah, he maybe messes up, makes some mistakes sometimes. He's not a Lantern of Shame. And what is that little line on the bottom? Oh, that's what it's. Sorry. Spoilers for a little later. If you noticed that, I had to enlarge the video. I just had to enlarge the image a little bit. But he's not a White Lantern, despite how he kind of is. He's not a Black Lantern. He's not really a Lantern of greed. He's just a kid. Not a Lantern of compassion. They generally look for people who lack it. Not much of a Lantern of love. It's not his motivation. Not a Lantern of rage. Not what defines him. And despite being a superhero, he's not really a Lantern of fear either. Your real answers to this are as follows. He is either a Green Lantern, which most main characters of any series, including anime, especially anime really, would qualify for. He is also possibly a Lantern of Hope, being his hero he inspires. He's got his family who have to put their faith in him, and he has to, have faith that what he's doing is the right thing to do. So there's your option. But there is one Dark Horse option, or Gold Host option, Horse option, if you will. Because the Gold Lanterns of happiness, you have to basically have been happy your whole life. Now, there is no real specific description beyond that, I guess is the best way. There's no how happy could you have been, a little down one day, but generally happy in your overall life. Like, oh, it's so cloudy, I'm sad, but whatever. Or your dog dies and you're maybe not in a good mood there. Does that count? Like I'm always hesitant to talk about the Gold Lanterns because of that stipulation. That said, however, in fact, it would basically make sense that the only candidates, like legit candidates to be Gold Lanterns, in theory, should be like younger people who have yet to experience a lot of tragedy in their hands or in their life. That being said, because I don't follow the show well enough to be sure about it, to be fair, I would say that because of the type of character he is, he could maybe be a Gold Lantern. The question would just then be, what is the most likely Lantern Corps for him? Honestly, actually, Gold makes more sense because he's actually not that much. Based on the personality I've seen for him, the little I've seen for him, it's not really all that. It's not really all that likely he would be a Lantern even of hope, or even a Lantern of, will. To be fair, not to say he couldn't be, but overcoming great fear. Yeah, he has to fight bad guys, but he's not generally afraid going in there anyway. I wouldn't even say he has the best willpower in the world. It's even described, he often takes the easier way out as opposed to the harder way out. So I don't know if I could count him really as a good Green Lantern. Don't know if I count him as a good Blue Lantern either, even though he still possibly could be there. So actually, yeah, Gold might make the most sense with a character like him, to be fair. Now, this is just my opinion, though, and again, I'm not very well versed on this series, to be fair. To be fair. But I leave it to you. Who do you think? What Lantern Corps do you think is the proper Lantern Corps for Manny Rivera, aka El Tigre? Let me know in the comments below. But thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.